With its ferocious appearance, powerful jaws, and retractable claws, Thylacoleo, also known as the marsupial lion, was the ultimate predator of the Pleistocene epoch. Its muscular body could grow up to 1.5 meters, or 4.9 feet in height, and it could weigh up to 160 kilograms, or 350 pounds. Despite its impressive size, the marsupial lion was a nimble and agile predator that could take down prey much larger than itself. Thylacoleo's retractable claws were particularly impressive, as they allowed the predator to climb up trees and ambush prey from above. Its powerful jaws could deliver a crushing bite, which was particularly useful for taking down large herbivores such as giant kangaroos and Diprotodon, a giant wombat-like marsupial. But Thylacoleo's hunting strategies and physical adaptations were not the only factors that made it such an impressive predator. It was also a highly intelligent animal, capable of adapting to changing environmental conditions and seeking out new sources of prey. It was a solitary hunter, and its social behavior was limited to mating and raising young. Thylacoleo also had an excellent sense of smell and hearing, which made it a formidable predator in the dense forests and grasslands of prehistoric Australia. However, despite its many strengths, the marsupial lion eventually went extinct around 30,000 years ago. The main cause of its extinction was the disappearance of its prey, which was likely linked to changing climatic conditions. But could Thylacoleo survive in today's world, where the climate and prey availability has changed significantly? To answer this question, we need to compare the environment in which the marsupial lions thrived to the environment they would find themselves today. We can look at their habitat and diet, as well as the global climate during the Pleistocene. We also need to consider competition Thylacoleo was subjected to, and whether the same competition exists today. Firstly, let's look at the Thylacoleo's habitat. Thylacoleo was an incredibly adaptable predator, capable of thriving in a range of different habitats, from dense forests to open grasslands. But would it be able to adapt to the changing climate of today's world? During the Pleistocene epoch, Australia experienced a wide range of climatic conditions, from warm and wet to cold and dry. The marsupial lion was adapted to a relatively arid and unpredictable environment, where it had to cope with seasonal droughts and limited water sources. In today's world, however, Australia's climate has changed significantly, with temperatures rising and rainfall patterns becoming more unpredictable. Despite these changes, it is possible that Thylacoleo could adapt to the new environmental conditions. Its ability to climb trees and ambush prey from above could be particularly advantageous in the dense forests and woodlands that still exist today. Additionally, Thylacoleo was capable of going without water for extended periods, and its kidneys were adapted to conserve water, which could be beneficial in areas where water sources are limited. However, Thylacoleo would face some significant challenges in adapting to today's climate. For one, the hotter and drier conditions would likely limit the availability of prey, particularly large herbivores. Thylacoleo's preferred prey, such as giant kangaroos and Diprotodon, were adapted to the cooler and wetter conditions of the Pleistocene, and their populations have declined significantly in recent times. Thylacoleo would need to adapt to new prey sources, which could be challenging, given its specialized hunting strategies and dietary requirements. Additionally, human activities such as hunting and habitat destruction have significantly impacted the populations of many native animals, further reducing the available prey for marsupial lions. While Thylacoleo was a highly adaptable predator, it would face significant challenges in adapting to the changing climate and environmental conditions of today's world. Its ability to climb trees and conserve water would be advantageous, but the decline of its preferred prey and the competition from other large predators would make survival challenging. This leads us to consider the diet of Thylacoleo. Thylacoleo had a specialized diet that included large herbivores like giant kangaroos and Diprotodon, which were the dominant herbivores of Australia during the Pleistocene epoch. These animals were large enough to sustain a predator the size of a marsupial lion. Thylacoleo's hunting strategy was to ambush its prey from above, using its powerful forelimbs to hold its victim still, while it delivered a fatal bite to the throat. This strategy requires a large and powerful animal to succeed, and it was a key factor in Thylacoleo's success as a predator. However, the extinction of the megafauna of Australia, which occurred around 50,000 years ago, has limited the availability of prey species for Thylacoleo. The reasons for the extinction of these animals are still debated, but human activity likely played a significant role, either through hunting or habitat destruction. As a result, many of the prey species that Thylacoleo relied on for its survival no longer exist. Today, smaller herbivores like wallabies and possums still exist in Australia, but they are not large enough to sustain a predator the size of Thylacoleo. In addition, Thylacoleo's specialized hunting strategies would require it to be able to sneak up on its prey undetected, which could be challenging given the abundance of other predators and the increased human presence in many areas. Nonetheless, there are some potential prey species that Thylacoleo could feed on in today's world. For example, feral pigs and deer have been introduced to Australia by humans and have become widespread in many areas. These animals are larger than many native herbivores and could provide a substantial meal for Thylacoleo. Thylacoleo could also scavenge the remains of other animals, as it was known to do during the Pleistocene epoch. However, the availability of prey would be highly dependent on the specific location and habitat where Thylacoleo was living. In areas with suitable prey and habitat, Thylacoleo could potentially survive by adapting its hunting strategies and diet. However, in areas where prey is scarce or competition from other predators is high, Thylacoleo would face significant challenges in finding enough food to survive. Thylacoleo, as an apex predator during the Pleistocene epoch, had no serious competition in Australia. However, the situation would be different in today's world. Thylacoleo would have to compete with various other predators for food and resources, as well as face other threats such as habitat destruction, introduced species, and climate change. One of Thylacoleo's most significant competitors would be the dingo, which is a wild dog that was brought to Australia by humans about 4,000 years ago. Dingoes are known for their hunting skills and have preyed on various animals, including wallabies, possums, kangaroos, and feral pigs. Moreover, dingoes have the ability to adapt to different environments, from forests to deserts. Another potential threat to Thylacoleo would be large pythons found in northern Australia. These pythons are formidable predators and can hunt and kill prey, including wallabies and small kangaroos. Furthermore, pythons have a high degree of adaptability and can survive in various environments, such as forests, grasslands, and even urban areas. Apart from the competition, Thylacoleo would also face threats from humans, who have significantly altered the Australian environment since the Pleistocene epoch. Urbanization and agriculture have destroyed much of the native habitat, which has had a devastating impact on native wildlife. Moreover, humans have introduced exotic species such as feral cats and foxes, which have caused significant damage to the native ecosystem. Another serious threat to Thylacoleo is climate change, which has already started impacting Australia's wildlife. The frequency and severity of droughts, heat waves, and brush fires have made it increasingly difficult for many native species to survive. The extent of the impact on Thylacoleo would depend on the specific habitat and location it inhabited. In areas where the impact of climate change is severe, Thylacoleo would struggle to find food and water, making its survival uncertain. In conclusion, Thylacoleo was an impressive and unique predator that once ruled the Australian landscape. While Thylacoleo's hunting abilities and physical strength were impressive, it would face significant challenges in surviving in today's world. Competition from other predators, habitat destruction, introduced species, and climate change are all significant threats that Thylacoleo would have to contend with. Therefore, it is unlikely that Thylacoleo would be able to survive in today's world. Although it is fascinating to imagine this remarkable predator still roaming the Australian wilderness, the truth is that Thylacoleo has become extinct, leaving behind only fossils and a legacy of awe-inspiring ferocity. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.